dog shit, but hey. Okay, so I made my video yesterday, and it got cut off because the fucking thing didn't have enough space, so I deleted all my videos on here. So this should be able to get through the entire thing, but it's a very long story. Okay, so when we got there, we went straight to the panels, and we ended up getting the aisle seats, and I noticed, like, a microphone, and I was like, the fuck is that? Like, I've never been to a panel before, so I didn't know how those worked. So as soon as there was a speaker, and he was like, just letting you know that there's two mics, and they're for questions. There was already one, like, a big line lined up on the other side, but there was nobody by my mic. So literally I just stepped up, and I got, like, the first spot. So we were the first person to, like, ask a question. So me and Tony are holding the onesies, and they all get on stage, and obviously we're all excited, and we're, like, really happy and stuff. So they're like, oh, so we have a question. And, like, I didn't, like, Cam kept talking over everybody, like, we were waiting, like, to, like, ask the question, and then they just kept talking, so I was like, I didn't feel comfortable enough to cut them off, but as soon as I had enough time, I was like, hi, and I didn't realize how loud the mics were, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then, I was like, because you weren't feeling well, Nash, we brought you a onesie. And he was like, oh, I like your zebra onesie. And, I was like, it's because you're not feeling well, because he's been tweeting about how he's been homesick, and he hasn't been feeling too well. And Cam was like, who's not feeling good? And I think he meant, like, that, like, Nash was, like, really sick, but no, I was just, like, referring to the homesick stuff. So, yeah, and then he ended up, Cam wanted... I don't remember what made him put it on. I think Cam was like, if you put on that tiger onesie, Cam will twerk or something. I don't know. Someone said something about twerking, and someone said something about putting on the onesie, and he put on the onesie. And then he was, like, running around the entire stage, and he was, like, rolling around the stage, and it was just really funny. So we were, like, screaming, and he was like, I'm a tiger, and I was like, yeah, you're a tiger. Like, obviously we were, like, really, really, really excited. So then we went to autographs, and, like, I was very nonchalant with Carter, because Carter was the first person we went to, and we were, like, it was kind of, like, awkward in a way. Like, Carter just, I love Carter, but it seemed like he just didn't really care, like, to be care to keep a conversation or, like, make people smile in a way. But we were like, oh, hey, how are you, Carter? Like, we were very nonchalant with him. He was very sweet. I believe he said he loved us and all of that, but that turned out to be this autograph. It's Carter's. And then we went to Nash's. So when we went to Nash, Tony was like, I'm so glad that you love the onesies that we bought you. And he was like, oh my god, yeah! He, like, lit up, and he was like, yeah, I know, I love the onesies. So he turned to one of the guys next to him, and he was like, can you take the picture of us? And we were like, he's taking a picture of us. Oh my god. So, like, we all three took a selfie together on his phone, so we're currently waiting for the selfie. I don't think we're gonna get it, though. And then I was like, you have to promise me that you're gonna post a lot of selfies in that onesie. He was like, totally, I'll be posting a bunch of them. And I was like, pinky promise me. And then we pinky promised. So, yeah, and then this turned out to be this autograph, and I really love this one. Then we went to Hayes, and when we got to Hayes, I literally looked at him and I was like, you have the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my entire life. He was like, oh my god, thank you. And, like, before we went into the autograph, one of the volunteers were like, messing with each other, and basically the volunteer would, like, move his autograph over, and Hayes would try to get it, but the volunteer would grab the autograph and swipe it back to her, like, just, like, messing around with him. It was really funny. So, like, Hayes was, like, really, really smiley and laughing, and so then he, I saw that he put yeet on somebody else's autograph. I was like, can you put yeet on my autograph? And he was like, yeah, sure. So he, like, put yeet on it, like, really big. You can't see it. It's, like, on the other side. But that's my Hayes one. I love my Hayes one, too. He's so sweet. Aw. And then last but not least, oh, my God, we went to Cam. And, I was, like, really nervous. I didn't know how to feel. I was like, oh, my God, we're about to meet Cam, and this is happening. It's real. I'm gonna die. And I kind of, like, okay, we were getting closer and closer in line to him, and I kept watching him, and I was like, oh my god, Tony, you need to go first, I can't breathe. Like, and she was like, no, I want to watch you. And I was like, I can't do this. But then as we got closer, we had one person in line, and I was watching Cam, and I was watching his body language, and I was watching how he was like, he knows what he's doing. Like, when he talks to you, he gives you complete eye contact. Like, he's like watching you completely, and he knows that it makes you melt. Like, you can just tell that you can tell he knows that you're making him, like, he's making you melt. And, like, he's just like, oh my god. And I was, like, sitting here dying because I knew I was next and he was going to do that shit to me. And, like, oh my god, it just was not okay. So I went up, oh my god. So it came up to me and I was like, he was looking down at the autograph, and I was like, Cam, I just want to let you know that you make me smile, like, almost every single day. And he looked up at me, and I put my hand on top of his, and we were, like, holding hands while he was signing my autograph. And he was like, oh, I love you. And then he hugged me really tight, and I was like, Cam, promise me that you will never leave us. And I was talking on behalf of the entire fandom, because I know that, like, people who come from just being in a normal life, and they go to Vining, and then, they just get overwhelmed by it because it feels more like a job than anything. And basically I'm just like, I was trying to make him promise me that he wasn't going to leave us, because many people have already done that, and I just didn't want that to happen. And, like, out of all 4 of the guys, he was the only one that made sure that he wrote your name on it. So, like, he was like, love you, Mariah, but he did love you for everybody's, but still, he made sure that you got your name written on it and all of that. So it made me really happy. He was very, very sweet, and I can't get over it. I was just, like, completely in awe. But at that point, I was like, oh my god, well, Nash and I, like, we had more of an experience than me and Cam did, blah, 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 blah. So we go to the photo op. We're sitting in line for a while because we're on Group B. So Group A had to go, and Group A fucking dreaded forever. And we were in the front of Group B, so we were, like, right after Group A. Normally, it was, like, a quick thing, like, everybody would go in, you take a picture, and walk out. So, that's what happened to Tony. I watched Tony walk in, and then she walked right out, and then it came to me, and I was like, Cam, can you kiss my cheek for the photo? So he leans in and kisses my cheek, and then the camera guy was like, wait, card change, and then Cam goes, card change! Card change! I was like, what is going on? So, he was like, say card change! And he was, like, watching me, and I was like, what? Card change? Like, I was, like, literally, he was like, just say it! And I was like, card change! He was like, yeah! Like, it was, like, the funniest thing in the entire world. And then, so, all you get is Hayes, and he's, like, going like this, like, in the meet and greet, he's like, yeah! And then so is Nash, and Nash is, like, running around the entire room while we're in meet and greet. So, but, like, okay, so pretend Cam is this pillow. So Cam is, like, right here. This is his head, and this is his body. So, like, as we're, like, waiting, I, like, grab his hand, and then I'm using my other hand, and I'm going like this to him, like, the entire time while we're dancing around. And I'm going, like, oh. I can't believe it. I was, like, cuddling him. But I was like, this is happening. So then, okay, and then, like, finally, I can't contain myself. So then finally, like, of course, like, we take the picture, and he kisses my cheek, and then we walk out. And, like, we had to wait, like, oh my god, I swear to god, we had to wait, like, 30 fucking minutes. No, not even 30 minutes, more like an hour to get our pictures. And they're saying, like, oh my god, 45 minutes. And then they, like, started skipping our numbers and go to the 1500s, because we were in 1400s. And I was like, what the fuck? So, but in the end, I had a great photo, great experience. It was amazing, and I would go back in a heartbeat. I'm having whatever the fuck that was, depression, so. But this is my story, and I really enjoyed telling you guys. I really, really had a great time, and those boys, everybody has this contradiction with them, saying that they don't appreciate their fans, and they don't do anything, and that they're mean, and they're really rude, and all of that. They are very grateful for everything they have. They make sure that they let you know. Number 2, they are very, very, very sweet. very sweet. Like, I've never met anybody sweeter than them. All 4 of those guys were very, very nice. They made sure that they were, like, the nicest people in the entire world. They were, oh my god. What else did I say? But, no, but they do things, like, I think that you deserve fame if you are using it for positive impact on people. So, because they are guys that especially Cam on this, but especially because they sit there and if a girl is cutting, they make sure that they jump on it and they try to help you. And, like, the posts that they posted in 2012, they're not the same guys. They know better. Everybody makes mistakes. And, like, yeah, they could have been a person like that then, but we're not all the same. 2 years ago, I'm not nearly the person I used to be. I used to be cutting, I was depressed, and I would go off on every single person that ever called me a name or just said, hey, why do you do this? I would literally say, fuck you. Like, they would be asking me a similar question. Like, I'm just saying, like, you guys cannot judge somebody on something that they did 2 years ago. So, but those guys, they're the sweetest I've absolutely ever met, and I think that if you haven't given them a chance, you definitely should, because they are so sweet, and they put their biggest effort on making sure that all of their fans are happy, which I really, really do appreciate. So, but anyway, that was my experience. I just wanted to tell everybody because everybody was asking me for it. I loved it. It was one of the best days of my life, definitely. But, okay. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye!